In January 2020, Henning Pretorius started moving his warmbloods from Hartbeespoort in the northwest down to Mooi River in the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands. Today, there are over 300 warmbloods on what was previously Summerhill Stud. Now known as Capital Stud, with its primary focus on warmbloods, Henning has nevertheless acknowledged the proud heritage of thoroughbreds that once graced these lands by retaining a breeding interest. And it goes further, as it's his intention to expand his role in the thoroughbred industry. Is Summerhill and Capital Stud now starting to feel more like home?
Well, Michelle, I live here, hey? So this is where I spend most of my time. This is my day-to-day living at the moment. So I've got very little left in Northwest. My sons are looking after that. And this is now my responsibility and my enjoyment.
And is it enjoyment for you?
Yeah, very much. It's been a challenge. There's a lot that had to be done. The hotel, we renovated the whole of the hotel. We're on the last unit as we speak. And the farm needed a lot, so yes, it keeps me busy. The big advantage of being in Mooi River is the fact that you can sleep your horses out. The main reason is the fact that there's no horse sickness here. And that's why I'm here. It's because there's no horse sickness. That saves a lot of cost of, keeping horses in stables with bedding and labor and things like that. But ultimately, a horse needs to be out. They need to move. The foals need to grow up moving and not standing in stables. That's very important.
Is warmblood breeding different to that of breeding thoroughbreds?
The only difference is the fact that you can AI a warmblood mare and you can't AI a thoroughbred mare, and there's no life coverings. And you've got a few other advantages where you can take embryos and things like that. So that, yes, it is different. Latest technology is called ICSI. You can even do a lot more with ICSI than you can do with normal embryo transfers. So it gives you an opportunity to breed a lot more from your better mares. All the very best mares in the world are being used for breeding because it's a complete new technology. It's having a big influence on the industry because I think there are thousands of embryos in containers at the moment just waiting to be produced.
Where did you get your original breeding stock from?
I have always concentrated on Holstein in Belgium. They had the best dam lines in the world. And a lot of the other countries got their stock from Holstein. And if you look at their mare base that's so small, it's amazing the results that they have achieved over the years.
This is clearly your passion, Henning. Do you have the same interest in thoroughbred breeding?
Thoroughbred breeding is new to me. There's a lot of opportunities. Thoroughbreds on this farm forms a very important part of the day-to-day operations. The farm has the ability to board a lot of thoroughbreds because everything is here. The staff, the infrastructure. We stand, Active Wall was very exciting. We've got Hartford, Lance, we've got Celestial City that we hope is going to make it and become a breeding stallion here.
Celestial City is out of multiple champion broodmare halfway to heaven.
Halfway to heaven, breeding 3 champions from 3 different stallions. That is what makes a broodmare.
It's Rainbow Bridge that's coming at Bulgarian. Rainbow Bridge hot up against the outside Windsor. Bulgarian in second.
The Worm, he's won it by 3.5 from Socrat. What a champion.
Golden Ducats flying. They're going to hit the line. Oh, it's too close. Rainbow Bridge or Golden Ducat.
And that's what interests me. And that's what drew my attention to Celestial City from the start. He's currently working. He's just finished 3 weeks off on the farm. He went back to Peter Muscat a week ago, and now he's preparing for his first run. I'm very nervous about it, so we'll see soon.
Michelle, he's doing very well. I think the bottom line with him is he's just a very late maturing type of horse. His full brother, Hawam, only made his debut in November from memory. He's still standing very croup high. He's gone through a couple of preps. He went Shinsaw a couple of times, at which stage we stopped straight away on him and sent him back to Capital Stud for three weeks to a month.
He actually wants to play. This is so sweet.
He's a high quality colt. Still with a little way to go, but he's done everything right up to now.
Henning, what's your vision for Summerhill and Capital Stud?
Well, you know, this is my passion. So I am continuously busy improving my bloodlines. So my vision would be to breed the best that we can afford in terms of world quality. And for that I have purchased foals and colts from the best dam lines in the world. And they're here to develop and to produce.
Right, Nicole Hallward for the Capital Stud, and this is Hitoshi.
That's what we enjoy is watching Nicole jumping the big classes. The thoroughbreds form a very important part of this farm, obviously always have. I have to convince people that this is the best place to keep their horses. I would love to have a lot more to do with the thoroughbreds, and there's an opportunity for potential owners to keep their horses here and to improve on the stallions for KZN. But they're the ones that pay the bills, and the warmbloods are there to enjoy it for me.
What does Henning Pretorius do in his spare time to relax?
I work on the farm. I've started cattle farming, bought another farm in the area to run the cattle on. So currently there's a lot of cattle on the farm here, but they're all moving off to another farm. When you get up in the morning, you've got to have something to do. You've got to have a purpose in life. For me, to look at a bull, it's amazing. If you're a stockman, then I believe you're also a good horse breeder, because you can identify certain characteristics. You see balance, you see conformation. That's what people enjoy that work with animals, regardless whether it's horses or cattle.
They are just gorgeous. Look.
I love driving through this farm. Every time I go for a drive, Brit says, "Where are you going?" She says, "Haven't you seen the farm?" But there's always something to see that's new. I enjoy being on the farm, and I enjoy going through it and looking at the horses and looking at the pastures and see how it develops and how everything grows. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else.
Beautiful.